this morning, we're waking up and we're heading into Pigeon Forge. And we did this last year, but I really wanted to see if anything has changed, if they've moved anything around. But today we're going to be going to the Alcatraz East Crime Museum. You know, that's right up my alley. I love the crime stories, and getting to see those artifacts was really cool last year. So I'm really interested to see if anything's changed. You know, if nothing much has changed, I might not film a whole lot there, and I might pick up afterwards and we're somewhere else, but we'll see. Either way, it's going to be a fun day down in Pigeon Forge. We are getting down to our last few days here in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. Like I already said, we're headed into Pigeon Forge today, and we might do one more thing, and then the rest of our trip I'm going to be doing some true crime stuff from the area here, which will be fun too. So today we are back at the island here in Pigeon Forge, and we've come to check out the Alcatraz East Crime Museum. And I can't get over the theming here of this building. It looks so much like a real prison. There's a water tower up on the top and all the guard towers. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. We went into this last year, but man, the wind is blowing hard. We went in here last year, but we figured we would come back and see if anything's different. If anything's changed. The Alcatraz East Crime Museum. Out in front here, they have a Sevier County Sheriff's car. It's an absolutely beautiful day today here in Pigeon Forge. It was kind of cool this morning, but it's warmed up quite a bit. And you can see the sky's out and there's clouds. This is going to be a lot of fun today. Look at this guy hanging from the window here. It's like an inmate or a prisoner who's trying to escape from way up there on the side of the building. That's just adds to what they've done to make the theming work for this. Ooh. Oh, looks like you're in a cell block in here. There's even prisoner uniforms and everything. That's awesome. Their Q-line ropes are just a massive amount of handcuffs connected together. That is really cool. Handcuffs everywhere. Military prisoners were Alcatraz's first inmates. It was originally a fort declared a military reservation in 1850 by President Millard Fillmore. Each cell in B and C was 5 feet by 9 feet. Most men could extend their arms and touch each wall within their cell. Wow. That's wild. No executions were performed at Alcatraz. Inmates who had been served a death sentence were transferred to San Quentin State Penitentiary for execution in the gas chamber. Interesting. United States Penitentiary, Alcatraz Island. That's awesome. Oh. I'm sure there'll be one somewhere on this tour. A head cage, a water torture funnel, and an iron muzzle. A Shrew's violin and old handcuffs, hand iron. A dungeon ankle, manacle, and padlock. Handcuffs during the witch mania. There's a dungeon padlock there. Look down.
I'm Frank Smith.
Oh, wow.
Because I was overheard using the Lord's name Gaye, my tongue was run through with a hot iron rod.
There's a power.
Kevin,
here's those rustler shoes. These 19th century shoes were worn during robberies to fool law enforcement. So a man will wear them and he would go off in one direction to make the police think they rode off that way with their horses. Pancho Villa's death mask. There's Pancho Villa when he was alive there. The James Gang revolvers. These revolvers were used by James Gang members and cousins of Jesse James, Clarence and Robert Wood Height. Their mother, Nancy, was a sister of Robert James, the father of Frank and Jesse James. Too cool. Jesse James. Oh, this is a floorboard out of that house. It's the Jesse James. It's stained with blood. You see, that's a blood stain. This floorboards were taken from the house of George B. Height in Logan County, Kentucky. Height was the uncle of Jesse and Frank James, and his sons often ran with the James gang. The Height home was used as a hideout, and after being shot, Jesse nearby bled to death in an upstairs bedroom, causing these stains. That is so cool. NASCAR legend Junior Johnson was jailed in 1956 for having a moonshine steal. Since 2007, Johnson has been a partner in legal Midnight Moon moonshine. I remember seeing this when we were here before. John Dillinger's death mask, and that's his mugshot photo. That's his actual mugshot photo, the real deal. Taken in 1933. And Dillinger escaped jail with this gun carved from wood. He escaped from the Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. He made the guards think that was a real gun. Monica Lewinsky. The news of her affair with President Bill Clinton ruined Monica Lewinsky's life as she knew it. Lewinsky was 22 years old when the affair began, and she struggled to find her way in the years after being shamed in the most public way possible. No one would hire her. For a short time, she tried to embrace her strange celebrity to pay legal bills, including with a handbag company, the line of reversible tote bags sold at some high-end retailers, but was short-lived. Made especially for you by Monica. Wow. President Clinton and Monica Lewinsky right there. The impeachment trial of President Bill Clinton. There's your ticket to go to the sessions. Serial killers. Jeffrey Dahmer, Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy. And here's Pogo and Patches, the clown costumes worn by John Wayne Gacy when he abducted his children and killed them and buried them under his house. There's a portrait he made of himself while he was in prison. Yeah, there's his wallet there with a Millionaires Club card, Radio Shack card, Hertz credit card, and a Visa card there.
There's his paint set.
A leather jacket, yeah. There's the paint set there that he used to make the painting. He was a sick individual. Famous murders, the pizza bomber. Brian Douglas Wells was a pizza delivery man in Erie, Pennsylvania, who was killed on August 28, 2003 by a bomb that was strapped to his neck. He had robbed a bank using a shotgun made to look like a cane, supposedly under the threat from the bomb maker, who said they would set it off if Wells did not comply. Wells was quickly apprehended by police, and he pleaded for them to remove the bomb before it exploded. They didn't. The bomb detonated while live TV cameras were rolling. If he had finished the scavenger hunt, supposedly the key to the bomb was at the last place of the scavenger hunt. But because the police called him and put him in handcuffs and wouldn't let him finish the scavenger hunt, he couldn't get to the key. And so when the police took the paper and they went to all the places that the scavenger hunt said to go, the key was right there. So all they had to do was let him finish, and she still would be alive. This is the actual bullet shot from Jack Ruby's gun. And you got the badge, Deputy Alan Sweet. Lee Harvey Oswald's discharge papers from the military. That's kind of crazy to see. You know, a lot of people don't think he did it. A lot of people think he was set up and that this was some conspiracy, you know. That some people even point to the head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, as doing this. The signed check from Ruby, $56.97. Remembering 9/11. You can write down where you were. My grandma worked in the building when it went down.
I was in 12th grade.
I was in 11th. Yep. There's, yep. Ooh, look, there's a keyboard that's all crumbled, part of the rubble. The pile. After the attacks and rescue operations began, the long, slow task of cleanup at the Trade Center site, referred to by workers as the pile, much of the debris was transported to Fresh Kills landfill on Staten Island, where it was processed for evidence, personal effects, and human remains. And that's part of the pile. Here's the newspaper from September the 12th. It's war. Cards from children. There's an actual piece of the World Trade Tower right there. Bent and mangled from the fire and explosions. There's the debris down the bottom. That's wild to see. This flag has every name of everybody who died on 9/11. The flag is created from the names of those who perished in the terrorist attacks of September 11th. Now and forever, it represents their immortality. Natalie Holloway and Jimmy Hoffa. I just did Natalie Holloway. They don't know where Jimmy Hoffa's at. Did you? I did this in the video, and I had to go back and double check from when we were here last year. She was wearing this the day that she died. Yep. I have the picture. It's on my video of her wearing it. Amber Alert. The Tylenol murders. John Bonet. We've done John Bonet. I mean, Johnny Cash's shirt when he was arrested and put in jail. The Man in Black. Oh, this is on the USA Gymnastics, where their doctor or whatever molested hundreds of USA Gymnastics girls. There's Scott Peterson on the wall there, and George Zimmerman, Rodney King, Boston Massacre. I recognize that lady. Oh, that's the Larry Nassar sentencing. Yeah, that's the guy who molested all the USA Gymnastics girls. His trial. But right there was Kaylee Anthony's stuff. Judge Belvin Perry, he presided over Casey Anthony's trial where she was found not guilty. Items belonging to Kaylee Anthony. A Winnie the Pooh blanket was found with her body.
But mom was found not guilty?
The mom was found not guilty. Although nobody believes that she was not guilty. We just told that story not long ago. Ted Bundy's vehicles. There's Ted Bundy's Volkswagen Beetle right there. There are two Volkswagen Beetles associated with the Bundy murders. The one he owned in Utah and the one he stole in Florida. This is the car that Bundy owned, and it was integral to both of his murders and conviction, and it yielded DNA evidence. Now, they say that this is the Bonnie and Clyde death car. But, this was the TV show. I was going to say, but the real Bonnie and Clyde death car is in Las Vegas on display. But this is, okay. So I didn't read that last time where it says this vintage Ford was used in the making of the classic film Bonnie and Clyde. Because I was thinking they were lying to us saying this was the Bonnie and Clyde death car.
It was in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but everyone knows it's in Vegas. So this was just for the movie Bonnie and Clyde, which is still cool. This is John Dillinger's 1933 Essex Terraplane. And then, of course, the famous O.J. Simpson Bronco. That's a fake pharmacy machine there to make That's how they make fake pills. There's a bunch of fake Viagra. Counterfeit irons.
Where's the airport?
O.J. Simpson's golf clubs. Known as Victim 1, Aaron Fisher co-authored the 2012 book Silent No More. Allegations of sex abuse were reported into Aaron's high school in 2008, which launched a 3-year investigation that led to Jerry Sandusky's conviction and prison sentence. That's, yeah, I know. And there's all Michael Vick's dog fighting.
Oh, I see it.
American Dog Breeders Association. Yeah, it makes me absolutely sick.
There's things you can do, but
I'm sorry.
why would you do something to a dog?
Yeah. A sorry excuse for human there. And he tried to go back into the NFL after that. Aaron Hernandez. When he played for the Patriots, but he was convicted of like 3 murders. And New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez played his last game against the Baltimore Ravens during the 2012 AFC Championship on January 20th, 2013. He was released from the team 90 minutes later after his arrest for murder on June 26th. Crimes against celebrities. In our Hollywood-obsessed culture, a crime against a celebrity makes national news and is splashed across the headlines for months. From stalking to murder, crimes against celebrities are seen as tragic and remind us of the price those in the public eye pay for fame. Frank Sinatra Jr. kidnapped. Marvin Gaye and his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., fell into a violent argument. After a misunderstanding, Marvin's gay father shot him after a physical altercation, claiming it was self-defense. Marvin Gaye Sr. was sentenced to 6 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter. 3 years after his death, Marvin Gaye was introduced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Erin Andrews, unknown to Andrews, a stalker named Michael Barrett filmed her through a hotel peephole twice in 2008 at 2 different hotels. It was discovered when one of the videos went viral. Aftermath, Barrett was convicted and served 2.5 years in prison plus 3 years probation and fines. He was released from prison in 2012. Andrews sued Barrett and several businesses that were deemed negligent and was awarded $55 million. Christina Grimmie, I just did that one. After a show in Orlando, Florida, Grimmie was attending a meet and greet to sign autographs when Grimmie was approached by a delusional fan, Kevin Lobel. That is it for the Alcatraz East Crime Museum here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. If you look up in the top right-hand corner, you will see a link up there for the video I made from here last year. This year, I tried to do it different. I tried to focus on different things and tell stories and not show the exact same stuff I did last year. So you can watch that if you are so inclined. But that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, go down, hit that subscribe button, then hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you're wanting to help support the channel, you can check out the links down in the description box below. That's much appreciated. Thank you all. I'll see you again tomorrow. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Much love to you all.
Trailer of sailoring. Trailer of sailoring. Ain't got no cigarettes left. Trailer of sailoring. Give me. Don't pay no. Trailer of sailoring. Trailer of sailoring.